If she can go months without hitting you up, it's not because she forgot you or didn't care. It's because something shifted, and depending on how you react next, you either become the guy she never thinks about again, or the one she randomly texts at 2 a.m. like nothing ever happened. It's late, like stupid late. Phone face down, screen dark, you already checked it. Twice, maybe more. If this is you, you tell yourself you're cool with the silence, that you're moving on. But there's that tiny pause every time your phone buzzes. That half second where your chest tightens before you even look. Because part of you still expects her name. Maybe this hits closer than you expected. Months went by. No texts. No random memes. No hey stranger. Nothing. And what messes with you isn't just that she didn't reach out. It's how easy it looked. Like you were never a habit she had to break. You replay dumb little details, the last convo. The way she said, we'll talk. Not goodbye. Not closure. Just that. You wonder if you waited too long, or said too much or not enough. If this is you, you've had moments where you almost texted her, typed it out, deleted it, typed again, then told yourself, nah, I'm not that guy, even though part of you really wanted to be. You don't miss her all the time, just in waves, at night, in the car, when something good happens, and she's the first person you think of. And then you remember she's gone quiet like you never mattered. And here's the thing nobody says out loud. Months of silence doesn't always mean she forgot you. Sometimes it means she's doing something way more deliberate. Something that changes everything depending on how you move next. So the real question isn't why she hasn't contacted you. It's this. What if the silence isn't the end of the story, but the test you didn't even know you were taking? Most guys read silence wrong. They think months without a text means she erased them, like deleting a contact clean. Final. That's rarely how it actually works. I've been there. Sitting in the car a little longer after you park. Engine off. Just breathing. Phone in your hand. Not even unlocked. You're not waiting for a message. You're waiting to stop wanting one. Here's the truth most men don't want to hear. Silence isn't always rejection. A lot of times, it's evaluation. See, men assume attraction fades the same way interest does for us. Gradual, logical. Women don't move like that. They pull back to feel where they stand without you filling the space. They go quiet to see if you'll unravel or hold your frame. Most guys blow it right here. They panic, text. They just check in. They send that low energy, hope you're doing well nonsense. Feels harmless, it's not. It tells her you can't sit in discomfort, and that's a turnoff, whether anyone admits it or not. Here's a masculine principle you probably weren't taught, eyes. Your presence only matters if your absence can be felt. Doubt dares. If she goes months without contacting you, it often means one of two things. Either you became too available, or you left an impression strong enough that she doesn't need constant reminders. Another principle, and this one stings a little. This attraction grows in space, not pressure, i.e., think back. The last time she laughed a little harder than usual, the way she looked at you when you didn't chase the moment. Those are the memories that linger, not the explanations, not the essays. Silence isn't an enemy, it's a mirror. The question isn't why she hasn't reached out. It's whether you're the same guy she remembers, or the one who cracks the second things get quiet. The room's quiet, but not really. That low hum from the fridge. The clock clicking like it's got beef with you. Air's cold on your arms, even though the heat's on. Funny how that works. Your phone's on the table. Screen down. You tell yourself you're not checking it, but you know exactly where it is. Like muscle memory. Months. That word lands heavy. Not days. Not weeks. Months. You remember the last time you heard her voice. How she paused before saying goodbye, like she almost said something else then didn't. That pause sticks, randomly, while brushing your teeth, while driving nowhere with music too loud. Your mind does that stupid thing. Maybe she got busy. Maybe she meant to text. Maybe if I just, stop. You already ran that tape 100 times. What really messes with you is this. She's silent, but you don't feel erased. You feel suspended. Like a song that never finished. You catch yourself wondering if she ever scrolls past your name, if her thumb slows down for half a second, if she ever thinks, damn, then keeps moving. That's the part nobody warns you about. Silence that still feels loud, distance that still feels close, and somewhere in that quiet, a thought creeps and you don't want to admit out loud. What if her not reaching out isn't indifference? What if it's restraint? And if that's true, what does that make you right now? A lot of men carry quiet stories in their head when months go by and she doesn't reach out. One belief sounds like this, Daz. If she cared, she'd text. I used to believe that too. I remember staring at my phone on a random Tuesday night, convincing myself silence meant zero feelings. But silence doesn't always mean empty. Sometimes it means she's stepping back to feel the weight of you without the noise. She didn't ghost you. You disappeared from yourself. Another belief, I need to do something or I'll lose her. That urge to just check in, to fix the quiet, to smooth it over. I've sent that text before. Low effort, low power. And it never hit right. You don't lose her. You lose your own presence. Last one's sneaky. If I explain myself better, she'll understand. Nah. Attraction doesn't live in explanations. It lives in how you carry yourself when things get awkward. Attention is cheap. Respect is priceless. This isn't about playing games. It's about not folding when the room goes quiet. Sometimes growth feels like doing nothing and letting that nothing do the work. The 1% headman doesn't rush to label the silence. He doesn't spiral, doesn't start doom scrolling old messages at 1 a.m., reading tone into commas. This is what he understands. Silence is information, not an emergency. When months pass and she doesn't reach out, he stays rooted, not cold, not bitter, just steady. This is how he leads with presence, not pressure. He keeps his life moving. Gym days, work handled, laughing with friends, sleep on point. Not to prove anything, just because that's who he is. He notices the urge to text, that itch in his thumb, and lets it pass. Like a wave, he knows chasing kills the mystery. Calm builds gravity. This is what he understands. If a woman remembers how you made her feel, she doesn't forget you just because the room went quiet. And if she doesn't remember, no text was going to save it anyway. So he doesn't beg the moment. He becomes solid enough that if she ever circles back, she meets the same grounded man, not a shaken one. That's rare. That's why it hits different. It doesn't happen in some big dramatic moment. It's quiet, you're alone, maybe folding laundry, maybe washing a mug you didn't even use, water running, mind drifting. Her name pops up out of nowhere, and for once it doesn't knock the wind out of you. There's a flash. You almost texting her. That half-written message you never sent. The version of you who kept shrinking just to stay close. Then something shifts. You feel your feet on the floor. Your shoulders drop. Breath slows. And this thought slips in, almost whispered, or damn, I've been abandoning myself. That lands. Not angry, not bitter, just clear. You realize how much energy you burned trying to be remembered. How quiet your own life got while you waited on hers. How you kept bending, hoping she'd notice. And then snap, like a switch flipping. You don't need closure. You don't need a text. You don't need her to validate what you already know. The room feels steadier, so do you. And the loudest truth hits last, heavy as hell. Anyone who requires you to disappear to be chosen was never choosing you at all. Das. Months of silence. Cold nights. Thumbs hovering over a screen that never lights up. Heart tight. Mind racing. You replay every pause, every word unsaid, and then you breathe, feel your own weight, your own presence. You're still here? Solid. Whole. And one truth hits like a gut punch you can't shake. Arsh, if she can't see your worth, she never deserved the seat at your table.